Hello, I'm Peter Wiggins here, and this afternoon I was in the Taunton Antiques store, browsed around the store, when all of a sudden this caught my attention here. You know, I'm in the old maps, and in the maps, right, in the directions, and this is what I got at the Taunton Antiques store for a mere $2. This is a shell metropolitan area Boston and Vicinity and Cape Cod road map from 1933. Wow! I thought it was interesting since I can feature. I'm in the maps, and here's see what Boston map looked like back in 1933. Why don't we open the map here?
To you on this Monday night.
Now the old map feel.
Miles of courage and heart and a spirit that stretches across a whole nation.
This is what the Boston, downtown Boston looked like back in 1933. Wow! The public garden was still there. North Station was still there. Pioneer Infirmary is still there. That's a sign of the past. Suffolk County Jail. Boston Public Library was still there. Back Bay Station was still there. Boston Arena, Symphony Hall, Massachusetts Memorial Home Infarct Hospital. South Station was still there.
You can knock us down.
Custom House was still there. Wow, the Museum of Natural History was there.
As a community,
Before it became the Museum of Science, moved over to Science Park here, over to Charles River. And MIT was still there. And the Courthouse of Cambridge was still there. Charlestown State Prison was there. And Bunker Hill Monument is still there. And this map seen in 1933 in this Boston map is much different than it is now.
Finish what we set out to do.
With all the roads here.
In an undeniable
Wow!
note,
This is different on Google Maps compared to this back then. We had there was no central artery back then, and no Mass Pike and no highways in 1933 back then there. And if I were to take a day trip to Boston back then, circa 1933, I would give out of the back station, and I would go to the Museum of Natural History in Boston,
including Jeff Bauman from this iconic shot.
or I would go to Faneuil Hall, still around.
Stranger in a cowboy hat.
And Boston City Hall is much different, and I would go to Scully Square. And the Boston's highest tower was a custom house tower before the Hancock and the Pooh ran around. And this is another version of the map. And this is what Boston and Vicinity looked like back in 1933. Oh my! Oh my!
Finally crossed the finish line.
128 is still a road before it turned into a highway here. Route 1 is still around in.
I think we took it back.
Yes, they did.
And look at this. Route 1A south of Boston is once Route 11. And 138 extended all the way out in the Jamaica Plain here.
Very good day.
And 135 extended all out to Quincy. And 128 extended all the way from Nantasket Beach all the way up to Gloucester here.
Honestly, seems too impossible to be true.
And
He says he sneaked onto a plane in California, hiding in the frigid, dangerous compartment.
oh, I got an old map smell here.
Tonight, everyone is studying this story. Is it true? How did he survive? ABC's David Curley walks.
Imagine if a motorist were to drive around, let's see, from Boston out to Waltham. Without the Pike, they would have to take Route 20 all the way to Waltham. Or if they want to take a trip from Waltham out to Lexington and then to take 120 without the highway here. And Route 2 was still around. Route 3 was still around. And take a look. No Southeast Expressway back then.
Stood up and started walking to the front of the aircraft.
The boy had a fight with the
And 37 extended all the way out to Milton here.
the San Jose airport, where he was able to escape
And this is the Boston
the security system and raising concerns
map that we are now. Much much more modern, much more high-tech compared to this map in 1933.
Proceeded into the wheel well of the aircraft.
In a plane as large as the 767, there is some room in the wheel well, so someone can climb up the tire and into that space. 3 out of 4 people who try this died. They're crushed
And now,
from the elements. But among
we can flip it over to see what Cape Cod and Southeast Massachusetts looked like back in 33. Oh my! Where was Route 44? Nope, but this was Route 101 from Providence all the way out to Taunton, and then down in East Taunton, and then into the middle of the Burr down to Plymouth here. And these routes are the same in now. And this was Route 11 is now Route 1A.
I still am boggled.
And
The possibility that somebody could hibernate like that.
An FBI agent said the teenager doesn't even remember.
140.
Hawaiian Airlines says the boy is.
There was 140 before the Galleria, and it extended all the way out into Foxburg.
His parents have been notified, and it's likely, Diane, this teenager will be back.
And there was Old Bay Road. And look at the Cape Cod Islands. 49, 134, Route 24 before it got shifted off to Massachusetts here. And it's now Route 124. Route 25 went before they moved on to the Sagamore here. And born in the Sagamore bridges weren't completed around 30 until 35. Wow!
Just how big everything is and how difficult this would be to pull off.
Imagine if
Look at these tires. The mechanics
there was no GPS and there was no
together. Sure, you could climb it, but it's so
atlases and back in because motorists back then had to rely on this old road map.
possible for a person to
Say.
these gears.
And if somebody wanted to get from one place to another,
Teenage boy. Let me
And
explain why. You see this?
if I were walking around Taunton and along Route 44, it was once Route 101. And there you have it. A look at the Boston and Vicinity road map of 1933.
Flew from Havana to
Wow.
in a DC-8
Way back when?
miles. And this